What is up, friends, lovers, enemies of all kinds? Um, okay, this is the second time I'm filming this. Kind of reworked the idea, so this is like take two, essentially. Suffice to say that I am a pretty big fan of America's Next Top Model. I'm a pretty big fan of reality TV in general, so you might be seeing a lot more of this kind of video. But I figured I should start it off with like my OG number one favorite reality TV show. And I was like, it's gotta be America's Next Top Model. I remember the first time I ever watched it, I was at home because I was sick, and my mom was like, have you ever seen America's Next Top Model? And I was like, no, I only watch SpongeBob. And so my mom basically showed it to me, and it was like, it was either during season 5 or it was right after season 5 came out. So that was what we watched, and boy oh boy, if there is someone to blame for making me gay, it's my mom, because season 5 really did it to me. I have been in love with Nicole since I first laid eyes on her. I was like, this is the hottest woman I've ever seen. And I think I have been that way ever since. She still has been the hottest woman I've ever laid my eyes on. So at first I did this list with like what season is the best, because I felt like it would be boring to just do like the winners, because like the winners aren't indicative of like what the whole experience was of watching the show. And then I was like, you know what? That's not it either. So what I did was I actually narrowed it down to like the most iconic moments of the show. Like, yeah. It's not like the most iconic moment per season, just because like some seasons have like no iconic moments and some seasons have like a ton. And so I just kind of did that. We also have custom names for all of the tiers. So instead of like the S tier or like A plus or whatever, what the fuck is the S for? Stop that. S for stop that. Instead, we have on top, because you want to be on top.
You want to be on top?
Tyra Banks doesn't bottom. Then we have the girl who has won Best Picture. Then we have Nigel Barker, because, like, yeah, he's hot, but he's also, like, so middle of the road and, like, average and not iconic. He's just attractive. Then we have Still in the Running, which is what happens when when Tyra, like, pulls your picture out from like behind her hands or whatever the fuck she says. And then obviously the final tier has to be I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. I have never once in my life yelled at a girl like this. So the first one that pops up for me is Allison from, I believe it was cycle 11. I remember her mostly on All Stars because that was like her shining moment. But when she came in for her first season, she was like, I'm obsessed with blood and with nosebleeds. And Tyra was like, you're scary. And I was like, that's hot.
That you say is beautiful, and it's unfair that you've never had one. What is that?
Nosebleeds.
What does that mean?
I have a really big fascination with blood, and so I just think it looks really pretty, and
I used to get them all the time as a child.
jealous.
Like at one point, she's like shown painting. And I was just like, icon shit. That is so good. However, I just know that I'm the only one that really stuck out to. So I'm gonna have to say that is a Nigel Barker moment. It's so good, but it's also so forgettable. Then, and I quote this all the time, Jade, cycle 6, okay? They're living in like the most gorgeous house in LA. It looks like they're in Thailand, and then guess what? They go to Thailand. But while they're still in their house in LA, someone gets mad at Jade for like being mean, because like she is a bitch. And that's just sort of like her whole persona the whole time that she's on. She goes, this is America's Next Top Model, not America's Next Top Best Friend. And nothing has ever been the same since.
This is not America's Next Top Best Friend.
Like, I've been watching Drag Race, and they like try to say the same thing, but saying America's Next Drag Superstar is like too wordy. You can't be America's Next Top Best Drag Superstar. Stop. Too much was taken from ANTM. Jade saying America's Next Top Best Friend. That's on top. That I've never, ever been so happy for a girl in my whole life. I was rooting for you and you came through. Then we have the moment where Anya in cycle 10 wins a photo shoot with Nigel Barker. It's gorgeous. It's hot. She poses naked. I have never once seen a moment like this. This is a moment most pleasing to me in my career. But it's really not on top. So I'm gonna have to say it's Best Picture because these photos are beautiful and Nigel did a great job and so did Anya. And she should have won cycle 10. Then we have Melrose from cycle 7. It might be cycle 8, but I think it's cycle 7. They used to do these like challenges when you're at the judging and to like, I don't know. I think it was just to fill up time. It was stupid and I'm glad they stopped doing it. But Melrose and all the other girls had to be like putting 2 words together and like modeling that. And so she got boxing joyfully, and instead of being like boxing, she was like boxing.
We're gonna choose a verb and an adverb, and then you have to act that out.
Box.
Joyfully. The next time I'm mad at somebody, I have to say, I'm gonna kick your butt.
Honey, no.
Oh, honey.
But it was so good, and I think about it all the time. Anytime anyone says anything about boxing, I'm like, boxing joyfully. So I think that's gonna have to be on top. Then we obviously have Cassandra, cycle 5, getting her hair bleached to the gods and cut off, and she like throws a whole fit, and then she goes home. Because she just can't get over that they cut her hair. It grows back. You are so boring, Cassandra. I think I'm gonna have to say that I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. Disappointment. I couldn't find a picture for this, but this is a moment that I think about all the time. So Nicole and like Jayla or whatever her name is were both about to be eliminated, and Tyra pretended that they were both going to get chopped, but then she was like, just kidding, we're all going to London.
With modeling, you guys have to be on point. You have to be fierce. You have to be ready. But the judges were so disappointed in you that tonight, both of you must pack your bags.
Because we're all going to London! And you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you! Going to London! Nobody's going home!
I love a double elimination. I love a choice to not eliminate people. That makes me really happy, and this was a really good moment. But other people don't remember it, so I'm gonna have to say it's still in the running, but it's not America's Next Top Best moment. Also, another Cycle 5 moment. This is my mom's favorite moment in the show. This is where Lisa dresses up in wigs, runs around the house all crazy, and all the girls are like, what even is Lisa? Lisa was the entertainment. She was so entertaining, but also so annoying. But she was like annoyed that everyone else was stressed, and so she was like,
why don't you want to talk to me?
It's gonna look like you're crazy, dude.
Everybody be looking at me like I'm crazy.
Why would you get the nappiest wig?
Why not? Everybody be taking themselves way too serious.
Psycho.
What?
Psycho.
Everybody just needs to calm down. Calm down. Take a break. Eat a cookie.
I think it's a really underappreciated moment, but it's still really good. So I'm gonna have to say that this is a Nigel Barker moment. It's middle of the road, it's like good, but it's still forgettable. Then I have 2 moments from cycle 1 with Elise, who, if that was the first season that I watched of America's Next Top Model, Elise would have made me a lesbian, not Nicole. So we have Elise, who gets into this fight with all the Christians because she's an atheist. She's outspoken, she's an icon, she's a skinny legend. So skinny, in fact, that the other girls think that she has anorexia. We don't know. but she does hate Christianity, and I stand that. Just like her fight with the Christian girls and the Christian girls making her pray, and every time she was angry, I just like was living for it. I think that was really like so entertaining.
What do you think about that?
I am a militant atheist, and Robin actually showed me this Bible verse. Foolish is the man who says there is no God. That was a really forward thing to do. I don't believe in God, and it was offensive.
Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to think. Like, when I read that made me think of you.
But it's definitely not a moment that other people think about, so I'm gonna have to say that this is still in the running, because, like, it could have been more interesting. I wish that there were more fights. Then, towards the end of the season, Elise, like, goes on a whole rant about how she hates all of the girls, or maybe it's at the beginning. She, like, hates everyone who's on the show with her. And other people really like this moment. It was on, like, every list that I saw being, like, iconic moments.
Robin, how dare you show me that foolish is the atheist Bible verse this morning and ask me, what do I think of it? What the am I supposed to think of it? You know what I think of you? Foolish is a woman who believes that damn tripe. Giselle, you worthless. You are so wasteful, bitchy, stupid. You're worthless. Your parents must be ashamed of you. Adrian, stop interrupting me. Stop quoting Jay and Silent Bob right next to my ear. I've had enough of you. Don't want to hear the same stories over and over. Jay, you offended me today. I know that medical school is hard work. How could I possibly not be aware of that? And secondly, how dare you imply that I'm uppity because I want to be a lifesaver and you don't? It takes a f***ing ass to cover every seat, you slice.
But I didn't think her rant was that good, so I'm actually gonna have to put this in I was rooting for you because it's not that interesting. Then we have the Pigeon photo shoot. I think about this constantly. Every time that I go to a foreign country, mostly Paris, because there's a lot of street artists in Paris, I think about the time that all of the girls dressed up and like had to have a photo shoot with pigeons flying all over them. The girls screaming over the pigeons coming on them. These girls were yelling.
Okay, I can so do this, and this is gonna be my challenge.
Focus, focus.
I think I remember things from America's Next Top Model more than like the average person, so I'm gonna put this in the Nigel Barker tier again. There's something of a common theme with like moments that are most pleasing to me in my career being in the Nigel Barker tier. Then we have Cycle 17, the All-Stars season, Tyra Banks. I think this is like really where she went off the deep end. Like, Tyra has been weird her whole life. Every star wants to be a musician, but some people, like, they just lack the talent. They lack the skills. They cannot pay the bills. And Tyra is one of them in this case. So, because she was like, I'm a musician now, she made her models do music videos, like write music and like make music videos in Cycle 17. And like Lisa, who was in season 5, she was there and she like was like actually a musician, and so like she obviously like did really well in the challenge or whatever bullshit. But the most iconic what was interesting about this moment was that the producer was like, Allison is the hottest girl I've ever seen. And I'm like, yes, she's the third hottest girl I've ever seen. First hottest is Nicole. Second hottest is Elise, and Allison is number 3. So actually, I think I'm going to have to go with this one being still in the running. Because it's good, but it's not that good. I don't remember what season this was. This might have been season 2, 4. I think it was season 4 because Naima was in this one. Yeah, and it was like Got Milk, their ad campaign, which is funded by the government, would love for us to race swap. Because this is a great thing that people should be doing. Because it's your skin and not your heritage and culture, and, you know, it doesn't impact the ways in which you're oppressed. Obviously. Thanks, Tyra Banks, for this shocking revelation.
It's Black and Irish. To be made up as a white woman, it's a little much. It just goes to show you're ultimately defined by who you are, not by this outside.
I'm a black girl with a nose job. Come on.
You're a Jackson.
Tight though. I got you, sweetie. I got you. You're not gonna go.
Couple more.
Tyra Banks, she loves blackface, and so she wanted to incorporate that. And I'm gonna say this right here. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. So, I'm sorry, Tyra, but this moment is not most pleasing to me in my career. You are going to jail.
Jail? You're going to jail.
This bitch fucking fainted during the judging. Fainted. Eyes roll back in her head. She's passed out on the ground. Everyone was freaking out. I had never seen anyone faint before. I think about this moment a lot. I can't even think about fainting without thinking about this moment. It was so good.
That you embrace. My God!
Can somebody call a paramedic?
Call the police.
Okay, she's blinking. She's okay.
But it's not on top, you know? It's not America's Next Top Best Friend level on top. So I'm gonna have to say it's Best Picture. Then, I believe this is season 2. Shandi. So skinny, so blonde and quirky and weird. That's my type of model. That's what I want to watch and enjoy on the big screen. Shandi cheated on her boyfriend and then had like an hours long meltdown on the phone with her boyfriend. She's like on the phone with him. She's like, you will hate me for what I have done. He's like weepy crying on the other end, like, what is this horrible thing that you've done? He probably thinks that she has like done heroin or some shit. She just cheated on him. It's not that big of a deal. Cheating it's the result of other problems. You know? And obviously Shandi was not strong enough for this moment, but I was rooting for her, and she could have done better, and also it kind of gets boring to watch because the scene goes on for so long.
Ding! Hold on a second, Shandi. You've got a boyfriend.
I'm not really thinking about, you know, that she's a boyfriend, but I was kind of like, oh, why is she going this far?
I just couldn't control myself. Like, I really couldn't. He was there, and I had all this tension, and let it go.
How you doing?
Not so good.
What's wrong?
I don't know how to start this.
What'd you do?
I just want to let my boyfriend know what happened, but I'm so scared.
Just please tell me what you did. Just tell me.
Maybe the worst possible thing I could do.
So I'm gonna say that this moment I was rooting for you because I was rooting for Shandi and I was rooting for the editors, and they failed me. Then this is a moment most pleasing to all of us as viewers. Tyra Banks, she is season 6, about to like tell the girls about how to be a model and like some stuff about how modeling is like so great or whatever nonsense. Also, I'm sorry, Remy scratched me the other day because I was holding him and he was like, can't hold me, sorry. And he scratched all the way down my arm. So Tyra is like, sorry guys, I like don't feel good. And she then proceeds to get up from her chair and pretend to faint.
I've been working so hard. I'm so tired, you guys. I'm so sorry, you guys. I don't mean to be all weak in front of you, but I'm just so lightheaded.
Somebody bring some water.
Some pizza.
Some juice. Touch her palm. Take her palm.
Oh, no!
I'm all right.
Today you guys are gonna learn about acting! Learn about acting!
So good. Is an on top moment. Then we have school one. I had never seen wax before in my life. This moment on screen scared me from waxing any part of my body below the waist, if you know what I mean. And Tyra paid these like waxing ladies to come in and wax the girls so that they could do a bikini photo shoot, and all of the girls were screaming, which was obviously for like comedic effect or whatnot, but it scared me.
And the second visitor was a bikini waxer.
Hi, girls.
With her entourage of lab-coated bikini wax minions.
I was sent here by Tyra Banks to have all the girls with a Brazilian bikini wax. So, if you don't mind to get all the girls.
I saw like dead fear in people's eyes.
You all guys ready for that? The experience?
Oh, yes, very much so.
Keep on doing this. Keep on doing this. Oh, man. I really want to go so bad.
This moment, as like over the top as it is, it like imprinted on my brain. And I think it's a best picture moment because I don't think anyone had ever been like shown doing something like that on television before this moment. So I'm gonna say it's best picture. So the Wild Boys, I don't know who the fuck they are, but they must have been a big deal because they came in and they did a photo shoot in season 5 and they were like doing craziness. This is like, I have never forgotten this photo shoot. Just like the whole going through of the photo shoot sticks in my mind. I could probably reenact the entire thing right now or on a moment's notice. I think I just have it like that. But crazy Lisa, she's not crazy. She's just interesting. She put on an adult diaper and peed in it.
When I was getting a little bit of attention from Steve-O, Lisa walks in with a diaper on. Like, she has to try to outshine everyone. She is so weird.
She's so fatal.
Why is she wearing a diaper again?
I don't know.
Oh, I just thought I'd ask.
Wait.
See if they were. Lisa, don't pee in that.
No, please do.
Lisa, then Lisa announces that she's gonna pee in a diaper.
Don't do it. Oh no. Oh my god, that's right. She's doing it, dude. You can totally see it.
No woman of class, especially a supermodel in making, is gonna do something as disgusting as pee on herself at her job.
So I'm gonna say this is best picture because it really was an interesting moment. And I kind of really appreciated it. Then the cake, this moment takes the cake. This is, I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. Most influential moment of America's Next Top Model is when Tiffany gave up during the teleprompter challenge. She said Magneta instead of Magenta. And what did what did Tyra do? She screamed. She said, I have never yelled at a girl like this in my life.
I have never in my life yelled at a girl like this. When my mother yells at this, it's because she loves me. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you? Learn something from this. When you go to bed at night, you lay there and you take responsibility for yourself because nobody's going to take responsibility for you.
And it was, chef's kiss. Never a better moment in the history of reality television. That's the truth. So obviously, this is important for us to like take a moment and like really respect what Tyra has given us. So I was rooting for you. Girl, you're on top. You are that bitch. You are America's Next Top Model. what have we learned on this day? Today, on this day, we have learned that I have seen a lot of America's Next Top Model. We have also learned that, quite frankly, America's Next Top Model, like, really tanked after season 7, for the most part, and then, like, got good in season 17, and then was bad. The only exceptions to this rule are Nigel Barker, Death King himself, winner of cycle 22, and then also Christiana, who I've met in person, and like she's a queen and an icon and I love her. The truth is, no one did it like America's Next Top Model, and no one's ever gonna do it the same. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I had fun, especially during my second time recording it, even though I had to take 3 fucking breaks because my battery was not charged when I sat down to film. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested, you can subscribe, and if you are nice, a like would be appreciated, especially because there's a lot of Nazis that follow me just to dislike my videos, but I can't stop that. It is too late now. Hopefully, I will have another video up for you soon. I was handed a video idea by a friend, and then I also already had another video idea planned. These are both book related, so it's likely that I might bring back some book related content. Interesting. Things to think about. Something for the summertime.
Something fun. Something for the summertime. Something for the girls to, you know, get ready and party to.
Thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you next time. Maybe one day I'll remember the end.
Here I go again. How could I resist you? Mamma mia, does it show?